Welcome to Dark Loops Productions podcast of Westworld Season 4, where tonight we discuss Episode 4, Generation Lost. I'm Dr. Scott Jordan, aka Zombie Scotty, cognitive psychologist, philosopher at Illinois State University. And joining me on this vodcast are the wonderful women of Sistah Speak Productions. Ladies, please take a moment to tell everybody something, who you are, as well as a little something about Sistah Speak Productions. And we'll start with Sistah Kay.
Okay, I'm Sistah Kay, aka Kelsey, and I'm one of the creators and co-hosts that we have been doing the podcast for 15 entire years. Doesn't seem that long. Started actually 15 years ago this month, and so I'll let the other sisters tell you more.
That's fantastic. How about you, Sistah Aye?
Yes, I am Sistah Aye for Allie. I have not been an OG member of Sistah Speak, but I was lucky enough to join these two ladies, Jay and Kay, probably about 8 years ago. And we just enjoy talking about films and movies. We can give some advice. Everybody knows that. And yes. We just love to talk, and we have a great old time.
Absolutely love it. How about you, Sistah Jay?
I'm Sistah Jay, Jay for Jennifer. I'm the OG. Meaning the oldest gal. But also I've been doing this with Sistah Kay for 15 years. And we just, we like TV. I read somewhere where somebody said, oh, people that watch TV are not quite very intelligent. We are, but we love watching TV and movies, and we love talking about them. So
people who watch TV these days are intelligent. Fight me. That's
what I said.
No, but that used to be a prevailing view.
That's the thing is, there may have been some justification for it 20 years ago.
Exactly.
When the only way to get access to TV was through 3 stations that didn't have direct plug into the customer. Right. They had to sell time to advertisers. So they had to do the least common denominator programming, right? Where now
some of them still do that. They cater to a 13-year-old.
Oh, yeah, it's not Disney Channel either, though.
But that is true. Yeah. That is true.
Yeah. So, no, we really are living in an amazing time.
Wonderful.
The stories that, the one we're discussing here.
Yes,
so much more complex and nuanced. Most people don't even see conversations like this in their daily lives.
I know.
They just don't. So it's really fantastic that it's available. So I got a question for you, ladies. You're going to podcast House of Dragons, correct?
Yes.
So when I write in as Sir Zombie Scotty of House Silver Fox.
We did.
Wait, let him get through. Let him get through his.
No, I'm the servant here. I'm the humble servant.
No.
I speak when spoken to. The question is, do I have to start all over with my titles? Or do I get to transfer titles from one show to the next? Okay,
just transfer.
Yeah, that's the term, grandfather.
I think we got to say grand sister in
grandbrothered in.
Grand zombied in.
Grand zombied in. Fantastic.
No, do you remember off the top of your head all of your titles?
Oh, hell no.
I don't.
I don't. I remember a few of them.
I know the first 4. That's about it.
I gotta tell you.
You are the head of the Sistah's Guard.
Yeah, Lord Commander of the Sistah's Guard. That's right.
Fox.
Yeah.
Our Sister Fox.
Protector of something or other.
Protector of the realm.
Keeper of the Rose. I think that's my favorite.
I will write them down and tell you next time.
And you may get some new ones with this show.
Yes,
I'll tell you
you're going to get some new ones.
Right.
And just so you know, I got my House of Dragon wine delivered today.
Oh, yeah, you got me that email. Absolutely. I looked at that. I didn't order any yet, but I did look at it. So I appreciate you sending it.
Ready to watch.
I bet you the Sistah Speak family just can't wait for that to start. So
we can't either. Yeah.
No, it's going to be blessed. When does it come out?
The 21st of August.
Okay.
It's like 35 days.
Okay, yeah, like a month away.
Count them down.
Put it on the calendar.
It's on the oh well, I have it analog on a piece of paper right now.
There you go.
I'll get it on the digital.
Analog.
I get it digitally set up. I tell you what, man, life is such now that I'm just one of those. I'm an analog dude. Took notes of pens, papers, daily lists. Now I just take the time to put them all on my calendar.
Yeah.
Just
Otherwise, it
put
doesn't
them
exist.
all in
Yeah,
my calendar.
Technology is just so wonderful. I remember when I first started writing as an undergrad and stuff. And, even though I wrote long fiction, but I wrote it on paper and pad, and then I transcribed it because, I took dictation for years anyway.
Yeah.
And I cannot believe, and I used to think in my mind, there's no way I could think of stuff to say and dialogue and stuff and just type it on a keyboard. I do that all the time now.
All the
Now
time.
you
now.
do. Yeah.
It's the transition, right? You gotta practice the transition.
Yep.
But no, it's a fantastic.
I love
fantastic time to be
technology.
around. Absolutely. So, what do you guys think of the episode?
This was probably my favorite episode so far of the season.
I
hands
gotta
down.
say,
Yeah.
this is a
That is
top
great.
4 episode of the series for me.
Yeah,
right?
it could be of
Yes.
the series.
It
Yes.
was,
This was excellent. I was
really,
riveted
really,
for an
really.
hour. I forgot where I was. It was so good.
Which is so easy to do in the show, even if you're
Ooh,
paying
that's saying
attention.
something.
Yeah.
It really
Because
is.
Sistah Aye multitasks when she watches things.
Yeah, I couldn't do that too
Yeah,
much today. I did
No,
watch
that's,
you
that's
can't.
quite a
just today.
compliment.
Yeah, yeah.
I love it. So we'll just go into, what was your favorite scene? I think we might agree, but someone picked their favorite scene of this episode.
Gosh.
For me, I'll just
Mm.
it was when Dolores met Teddy.
Oh,
I was
I
just in
wasn't-
that kind of mood today, maybe. I don't know.
I
But
wasn't
that was
expecting to hear that.
hey,
That's awesome. Yeah.
so yeah.
So first of all,
And
tell
he's
us.
aware too, though. You notice that?
Well,
He
that's the
is.
thing.
That's what I think.
Aware.
He's,
So
is he playing with
It's a
it?
role. Well, but think about it. It's a role reversal
Yes.
Yeah,
because
it
Dolores was aware and Teddy was not
Exactly.
initially. So
Yeah.
So, Sistah Aye, tell us why you like that scene so much, and then we'll talk about what the heck we think's going on timeline.
Well, I guess just because it harkened back, she drops her lipstick and he picks
Yeah.
it up and you kind of scroll up to, oh, it's Teddy.
yeah.
And I don't know, she was just enthralled with him. Then she started to think, have we met before? And I kind of liked how he was, just sort of dancing around that he knew her and their history. And
Yeah.
I don't know. It was
And
really
he
nice.
looked good, didn't he?
He looked
too?
good.
Teddy looked good.
He looked
He
good.
looked
Yep.
good. And he actually carried himself well in that scene.
Yeah.
Oh
Right?
yes.
That wasn't the character he played season 1.
Not at all.
That's why I'm
No.
saying he's aware. But my favorite part of that whole scene is when I forget what she said, and he looked at her and he says, "Oh, so you're pursuing me this time."
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
That
I
was good. She was
This
like,
is great.
So
this time.
Beg your
yeah, they
pardon?
were, they were dropping all those. He was dropping all the
Yeah.
references
All
to their
those
past
hints.
life.
Mhm.
And then we saw the image in her apartment where she had painted that tower.
Yes.
Tower.
And so for me, I don't know if this is Beta World anymore, right? It feels like it might be in the same timeline as Dolores
I
and
know.
everyone else.
That's
now.
what I
I
was
think.
thinking.
I think
Yeah.
the timeline is this. I think that I was wrong in that I thought Christina was in the past. I think she's in the future.
Mhm.
I think she's in the future with Bernard. That's what I
Mhm.
Yeah. 23 years
Yeah.
later, right?
because Bernard
Yeah.
is getting but yeah, 23 years
Oh,
later,
okay.
because Bernard is
Yeah.
uncovering Maeve. Now that
Yes.
was my favorite scene. Not that Maeve died, but my favorite scene was when the man in black thought he had her. He already shot her. Then he
Yeah.
stabbed her and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take you on back to the park,"
Mhm.
Yeah.
And she said, "No, honey, we ain't." And then she started her little
Yeah.
control and
She
everything.
blew him up.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Because she knew, well, yeah, I'll blow myself up too, but hey, at least he gone too.
One thing I learned in the park: always demand mutual satisfaction.
I love
It was so funny.
that.
Yeah.
I
That was
love that.
awesome.
And
That
then,
was
but
awesome.
did you see the panic in the man
yeah.
of black's
Yeah.
face? He's like,
yeah.
uh-oh, she got me.
So you think that Dolores is living 23 years beyond that scene?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
With-
So that means she's living 23 years into Charlotte's world, Dolores's
Yes.
world.
Yes.
Okay.
with
Yes.
Caleb. with
Yeah.
The
Caleb
tower. Yeah.
and the
Yes.
towers and the new version of whatever this is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
Charlotte
all the-
World.
I think it's all the
Shalora's
same.
World.
Shalora's
Shalora's.
World. I love it.
Hell
So
World.
He ran out of the company that
Yes.
she's working for. It was the
Mm.
same.
It's her company. I
Yeah.
mean, she the boss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean
What-
Dolores.
But that Dolores
Oh, yeah,
works
yeah,
for
yeah.
it. Mhm.
So do we think that Dolores is I don't know what we want to call these mind an infected human? Do we think that's who she is?
Who? Dolores?
Dolores.
Christina?
Yeah, Dolores Christina. I'm sorry. Yes.
No, she's a host.
Now, so what makes
But-
you say that?
But
She wakes up the same way every day. and all
I
that
think
stuff?
she is a host exactly like the very, very, very first scene where we meet Dolores and
Yeah.
Bernard is telling her, okay, drop the affectation and he's asking her
Uh-huh.
questions.
This is her
I think
new
she,
loop.
yes, I think this is at her point, and
Hmm.
she is not aware yet. It's just like in the first season where, you know,
Mm.
all of a sudden, as she's starting to become aware, she slaps that fly. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then she started becoming aware. I think Teddy has probably triggered something. She's going to start becoming aware.
I think she's already becoming aware.
Well, yeah, but and somebody else pointed out, somebody online pointed out something which I thought, yeah, that makes sense. There was a scene in season 1 or 2, it might have been 2, anyway, where the hosts can't see certain things because they're not programmed to see it.
No, where's that?
And I
what
think
door?
that's
Yeah,
why
yeah.
she can't see that
Hmm.
big tower.
I got
Well, that's
you.
what I was wondering. Does that mean
Yeah.
she's in a different time? Because
don't
the
think
tower's
so.
not there?
I don't think so. I think that
Okay.
proves that she's a host,
But she
just like
saw
she
the
was.
birds.
She saw the birds.
Is
She's
She
becoming
drew
aware
the
of that.
tower.
She
So
saw
is
that
she
fly
a-
too.
Is she a
season 1.
host in a like Dallas Park in 23 years into Shaloris's time?
I think so because
That's a good question.
Yeah, it's a good
Charlotte,
question.
well, but think about it. Charlotte controls Delos
Yeah,
and she controls the parks.
right.
That was made clear with her questioning of Caleb and stuff
Oh.
after he got the flies in my opinion. So and when they took her to that little
Mm.
construction site or whatever, the after show said that that was another park
Yeah.
that Delos Corporation was building even outside of their other
It
parks.
said park extension.
Yeah.
on the
So
sign.
I think she controls the whole
Mm.
thing because it was her fly technology
Yeah.
that enabled them to do that. And she's the one that escaped Westworld with the pearls.
See, and I think Dolores is a host, but as Charlotte mentioned 2 or 3 episodes ago, she doesn't want to control them all. She wants them to have free will, to make
Yeah.
up their own minds, have their own lives and their
Yeah.
own stories.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is that Dolores is there, first of all, when she died, last season. So someone had to recreate her.
Yeah.
And then the fact that she has, and I mean, she has like destiny, even though this is the part that I really love about the show.
Exactly.
It's like they're hosts with a loop that someone has created for them to have, humans before. But now that they're hosts living their own lives, it's like they're destined to still meet, like her and Teddy are still meeting.
Okay.
Now
right.
he might have orchestrated that, but still, it's somehow they're getting back together. It's like they're
Yes.
destined somehow
Mhm.
to be together. At least in
Yeah.
that, I feel like that's what that
Yeah.
is.
So you know who he was acting like? He was acting like Maeve. I mean, he was acting like he had that level of understanding of everything that was going around. Wouldn't
Mhm.
that be the it?
But he
If
was
came
also the
back- if
guy.
Maeve came back as Teddy. I'm just,
No,
Whoa.
he was also the guy.
You guys
that
didn't
got
like
rid-
that?
No, but Teddy was also there to get rid of the stalker for her too. So he's
Yeah, he
been
was.
there a while.
Well,
She
he's
just didn't
been
know he was a
obviously
while.
watching over her.
Yeah, he's
Mhm.
watching.
But
that's something
but-
Maeve would do.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He is not Maeve.
I don't think he's Maeve either.
He is not.
You don't think
Maeve
that?
has more to do than to brook up
And
this.
it's just
Yes.
like
romance
Charlotte
again,
said,
but-
it's just like Charlotte acknowledged. Maeve is totally different than all of them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All of them.
Mhm.
So, you
Mm.
know, and
Remember-
she was kind of lamenting that, I lost my guy, but I lost Maeve too. She was really different. She was different than all of us.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah. Teddy described his job as bounty hunter with a
With a
heart of
heart of-
gold,
I know, wasn't that
Yes.
cute?
which I thought
Wasn't
was
that
So
very
who
cute,
is
though?
he
interesting.
hunting her for?
Mm-hmm.
Like who?
Now
is
that's
he-
a good question.
Yeah, like is he searching Dolores out for someone? Is
Maybe
it
he's
Bernard?
Stubbs come
Is
back.
it
Yeah, maybe it's
like
for
did
Bernard.
send him on
Yeah.
the mission to go get her
Yeah.
because she has
Watch
a
over
role,
her.
a
That
role
would
to,
be cool.
well, maybe she has a role to play in whatever they're doing, or
Good.
you
You
know,
know, the season 6 in this show, you're gonna have to have so many names and faces attached to that character. You're not,
Yeah.
it's but that's the fun of it, right?
I have a question though. Why do they refer to the grown Frankie as C?
No
I
idea.
didn't get that.
Yeah,
Like
are
the
they
letter
trying to like
C.
surprise us with who she really is when they're
okay.
kind
Yeah.
of really hinting pretty strongly
Okay.
about it?
Well,
so
I
I'm
I
not
thought they were
sure.
What
just
is it-
trying to confuse
What
me
is the
with more
C
names.
part though?
Yeah,
For
we don't know
Caleb?
I mean,
yet.
his name was Caleb, so
Oh, that could be.
maybe
that could be.
she's. Well, when they, I don't remember them saying her name last episode or saying
No,
C.
just
as
this
her
time.
name.
No.
Oh, they all refer to
But
her
when
as
they-
C.
I know, but I
Yeah.
don't recall them saying it last episode. But when
Not
they said
last, right.
this episode, I kept
Mhm.
thinking, what if she is Charlie, Bernard's son,
son.
somehow? And then I was like, no, your
Oh.
mind's going way off left. And then, of course, when he said, no, your dad is not there, Caleb is not there, I was like, okay, so she really is
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah, that's
But
Right.
obviously,
Frankie.
she changed her name at some point. So
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe
I
just
guess
I
that would
did-
make sense.
I don't know. My favorite, I don't know if I have a favorite scene per se, but
Mhm.
I always love a reveal to
Mm,
one
mhm.
of them finding out that they're not who they are.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
Caleb finding out that he really is, so he really almost died before, but he really did die the second time.
Mm.
And he really is controlled, a host, whatever. Now I really like, he's like, no, I'm me. I am still who I am. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, baby.
You
you're
said
not."
278th version.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
We need to test for your
278.
fidelity.
But
Yeah,
to me,
exactly.
the most
Fidelity. I was like, oh,
right. The most revealing thing of of Caleb's story, in my opinion, is the fact that Wifey was the nurse that took care of him.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like
Right.
that too.
So I gotta tell you what, this episode put me in loops that it busted me out of by the end. But I'll tell you what, they show him dying on the beach in the opening.
yeah.
yes.
And then, well, how does she save him? She makes him a host and never tells him. I thought for sure. And then they show the wife. And she says stuff like, you deserve the life, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so she gave him a host wife and she takes care of him. And then she reaches out for him through the net. I mean, I guess he's got that thing in his mouth, right? So she can
Those
track him that way.
yes, yeah.
Limbics.
Olympics, exactly. But
Right.
I thought he was a host. And then I was trying to figure out why the flies were attracted to him. And then there was that scene where Shalora says, why can't I tell you what to do? And I thought,
Right.
because he's been a host
Yes.
forever, right?
No,
But
he
it's
was
not
still
how it
human.
played. Well, I'm not
Wait,
absolutely certain he was.
Partially.
Something's going on, right? Because he
Something's
was
going
able to
on.
resist her. There was something
What?
going on where he was, I don't know if he was
But
getting
maybe
like
well,
Maeve power or
there's-
something, but
Maybe
but
there's
she
still some
she
people that
explained
she
that.
can't talk to, like that bum that we saw that's talking about the tower.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Maybe there's
Mm.
certain people that are resistant, but it really would have been a really cool. I was thinking that when he was dying on the beach,
yeah.
and Maeve says, "You wanted to know what freedom looks like," and then she showed him the
Yes.
Sublime. I was like, or the Westworld
Yeah.
and her daughter. I was thinking, okay, she's showing him, but she's making him a host. And that's the way if he can be free. But I'm thinking,
Yeah.
okay, well, if he's a host, then Frankie and his daughter, because I don't know about all that yet. They haven't told us about the reproductive
Right.
parts of hosts and stuff. But I'm still wondering, like, what if you're right? Maybe he's like a hybrid something. They
Hybrid,
haven't.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a hybrid
A new type.
going
Mhm.
on.
I don't know. I
Well-
thought it was cool because they did that on purpose to make me think.
Yeah.
that she made him a host?
I think that's a rabbit hole. I think no, really.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Maeve is
That's what
very
they do.
powerful with machines, but not she can't make a person a host. We've not seen any indication in any shape or form that she could do that with someone who's totally human. However, until she said, let me plug into your little limbrics, those things in his mouth, and let me show you.
Right.
To me, that was to like calm him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When he was in the hospital, that was a real nurse, but this is my opinion, real nurse and really him. And that's why Maeve left him, because she wanted him to actually be free. She explains that to you. She wanted him to be free with his kind. Yeah. And until and she said that, then I thought this makes perfect sense. That's why he hooked up with the nurse, because she took care of him. Because Maeve said, I stayed by your side for weeks, plural. And then Maeve was in that coma and all that kind of stuff.
Maeve made it sound as if she had something to do with that woman becoming his wife.
It could be.
I mean, so all I'm saying, they were laying down a track of information.
Yes.
that led me in a certain path. And I'm not quite completely dissuaded that he hasn't been a host for a long time. But again, it's just what the beautiful thing about the show is we're asking these important questions, and these are nothing but human actors. There are no robots out there pretending.
I know. Right. But I thought
that we know of.
That we know of for sure.
I thought the flies only infected humans.
You're right.
Well,
I mean, that's the
maybe.
thing.
Maybe. Like, I don't like,
because that's why Charlotte didn't want the senator's wife killed, because she said, no, I got some experiments for her.
Right.
And then Charlotte also explained why Caleb was able to resist. She says, we've learned that with an adult brain,
true.
They had problems simulating. So now we start them as children. Oh, that sent chills up me. I thought, oh my God.
Took a generation.
Yeah.
It all
She
through.
said, oh, it took a generation, but I'm patient, honey. I waited and got all the kids. Oh my God, she's me.
Like that guy from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with the long nose and the net. I'm sorry, the kid hunter, man. He used to scare the crap out of me, man.
Or something,
I never.
Kid catcher.
Chasing the kids, man. No, that'll probably work. It makes sense. All I'm saying is I loved the Maeve montage. I loved the moment where they let Maeve just voice over a series of scenes. And because we've been talking about why does she have such an intense connection with him, and they had her explain that to us as her coming to grips with mortality in terms of what she called your kind. What they haven't really tapped into yet was, Maeve can't read him. I mean, she might be able to tap into some limbics, right? But she can't do to him what she can do to host,
because he's human.
Well, I know. So what I'm saying is that he is kind of opaque to her. She can't see things in him that she can see in host. Therefore, he's not a blank page to her, right? Or he's not an open book. She has to trust him. She has to take his patterns and like we have to do with each other, right? And I think he was the first human she had that kind of relationship with. And I hope they talk about that, because it was mortality on the one, but the other one, because there was that scene where he had the gun and she says, Maeve, I can't control myself, you can't give me this gun, and she goes, I trusted you just now, you've got the gun, right? I mean, I can't. So maybe that thing about trust will play a little more. We'll see. But I loved her montage. I thought that was
I had goosebumps when they dug her up at the end.
And did we not call that weapon or what?
Yes.
Everybody knew everybody knew it was Maeve. Because she's so different. And I was just thrilled that Charlotte, when even though she was taunting Kayla, but she acknowledged Maeve is one of a kind.
Yeah.
One of a kind.
Yeah.
Now, did you all who watched the show, when they were going back and showing us the past, and Maeve was basically trying to find him in the grid, did you guys go back to Stranger Things and be like 11?
I didn't dare. There was some stuff I saw in those film clips, like someone trying to pick up a beetle or something. And
Bernard.
Bernard
picked
did
up a
that in a
beetle.
full-blown scene, but there was in that clip you're talking about where she was going through those different
Oh.
scenes. There was stuff in
Oh, I
there that I
missed
couldn't
that.
make
Yeah,
sense of.
I didn't.
Yeah,
pick
she
it
was
up.
flashing on other
Yeah,
stuff
she
too.
was
But
all
when
over.
when she talked specifically about, I left you alone, but I just got curious and I wanted
Yeah.
to know how you were. So I went through the grid to find you. And she
Okay.
just sat there, and she found him, but then
Mhm.
that's how they caught her.
Yep.
I mean,
Anyway,
she blew
just
out
made me think
everybody's
of
lights,
Stranger
though.
Things.
She did.
Stranger Things. It all comes back to Stranger Things.
There you go. No, it was so,
It was-
and she's
yeah.
just, and it looked like she was doing a lot of her own stunts.
It
I
looked
know,
like it to
does.
me.
It does to me too.
Extremely impressive.
I liked when Caleb was saying, he was getting nervous. It looks like we're public enemy number one. She said, "Oh, darling, just
Yeah.
oh, darling, just
Darling.
ignore it." Hey,
I've
theirs
listened to
might
this
be
so
a
many
different
times.
story,
Yeah.
but I've played this loop thousands of times. I know what's
You're
gonna
better
happen.
than anyone. Absolutely.
But I liked it too when he picked up the gun and he needed to shoot the other guys, but that one guy stabbed him.
Yeah.
And Maeve was like, I mean, in her mind, you could just see it in her mind. She was like, "Oh, shoot, I ain't got time for this." And she banged
Boom,
Charlotte
boom.
up against
Yeah.
that and threw
She
her in
did.
the back. I love that. I said, "Yeah, you don't have time. You need
And
to
she
go
had
get
such a
Kay."
mean look on her face while she was
Yeah.
doing it. I mean, she was severely pissed.
She was
No.
really annoyed,
Hell,
like, "Oh,
I
I don't
already
have time
saved
for
his
this."
damn life once. I ain't got time to save it again.
But it was
Yeah.
also really good. Charlotte's conversation with Caleb saying, "Yeah, I'm not gonna kill you because I want to see what Dolores and Maeve saw in keeping you around. They seem to be enamored with
Right.
you."
Yeah.
Mhm. That was revealing too,
Hmm.
because both of them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are
Oh.
things that we definitely have to learn about Caleb. And I'm going to argue
Yeah.
there are still things we have to learn about Maeve.
Oh yeah.
You know, you can keep calling her special at some point, but sci-fi demands you give us some details at some point.
Well,
We
but,
need receipts. We need receipts.
We need the receipts.
Yes.
but wasn't that cool when the man in black was chasing her and
Yeah.
and she started controlling that machine?
Yes.
He said,
Yeah.
"Oh,
That was
you
awesome.
can't get me with you can't control me with your whispers." And she said, "Oh, it's not you I'm trying to control."
Exactly.
That was so
That
cool.
was
But wait,
awesome.
did you notice when she did that, it actually affected Charlotte?
Yes.
She was like holding her head also. And then
See, that gets to
I
the
was
hybrid
like-
vibe.
Yes.
yes.
Mhm.
So I'm like, okay, well, if Charlotte's the one who created this, made
Ooh.
an upgrade, how is
Ooh.
she affected by that tone?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Because Maeve is the weapon, baby.
When
Yeah.
if you
She
I
was
mean,
no,
if-
really. She had everything lit up.
But
You
if
see
you're
all that
gonna
red?
create something to control others, you're gonna make sure your ass ain't controlled
Right.
by
Right. Yeah.
you know.
Can't get me.
Yeah. Well, I
Our
like where this
mistake.
is going. We're picking up all these clues like
Right.
Teddy,
Right.
you
Mhm.
know, Charlotte. Maybe there's something different
But
going
since it's
on.
been 23 years
Yeah.
since, then Charlotte obviously plugged that loophole, though. You know,
20 years later, may have.
Mhm.
I mean,
she may have
Yeah.
plugged that up.
Yeah.
we don't even know if it's the same Shaloras either.
Right.
Exactly.
I
See,
mean,
True.
yeah.
That's
and she
funny.
did say to Caleb in that little shack room, she did say, "Oh, she got my man too, but I can just rebuild him." So you know the man in black is coming
Oh.
back.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
He'll be
Of course.
Yeah.
It's just a copy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I like about Maeve is that she gets in nasty comment and gets in nasty arguments with people, but she never does that super villain, superhero monologue crap that, you know, they make Shaloris do a bit of it, right? You know, I'm going to destroy your kind and all
Yeah.
these over the top statements. And in the maze there, well, that's marvelous, darling, but and just nuts and bolts. And I just love that kind of decompression of all the hyper bluck, buck, bluck. And I think that has something. I don't know if it's going to play out in what they say is special about Maeve, but she never lets herself get carried away with conjecture, right? She's just always in the moment, always running simulations and always moving forward.
But I gotta say, Tessa Thompson looked good in every scene.
Oh,
yes, she did.
This episode. Yeah. But that last episode, that outfit she had on, that was really, I loved it. That black and white. Ooh.
Last episode with her dress, right?
Well, no, she had a two-piece on. It was a top and either a skirt or pants.
Okay.
Yeah. The very last time she had her hair like in some little.
When they first went into the golden age, right?
Yeah.
No. At the very last scene when Caleb runs out of the building.
Oh, this episode.
Yeah, this episode.
Yeah, where she had the black and white.
Yeah, she had the black and white outfit on.
Oh, Tessa Thompson, right? Sorry.
Tessa Thompson's
No.
Charlotte.
Okay, Sistah Aye.
Just had a
she
moment.
had to catch
Sorry.
up. She had to catch up.
Yeah, sorry. Thought we're still talking about the
You're using real names. We've been.
Sorry, Charlotte.
Remember, I'm in Westworld. I'm
being Westworld
submerged.
No, they're really pushing the fashion design in this.
Yeah, she looked good.
They really did
really
a good job. And you're right; those costumes were stunning. Yeah.
Did you guys think anything of Dolores, Christina's roommate?
She came up with that dream about the flies, right?
Yes.
Well, she's one of the infected people.
Right. Well, is it real or was she just saying that to see
right.
what Dolores would
question.
say?
No. I think they was trying to tell us before Charlotte gave us that scene where she explained we had to go to kids instead, because she said in her dream she's a kid.
Yeah.
And once the flies got through with her parents and was coming toward her, she wakes up.
Yeah.
I woke up. So I thought, ooh, she's one of them controlled too.
Yeah, she is.
Yep.
I'll tell you what. Wow.
I've been suspecting
her name is Maya. Yeah.
Maya, yeah.
I wrote down her name because I can't ever remember.
She pops up all the
pops
time.
up all the time. She's always trying to get her to go out and do
she's
this.
Lurking.
Yeah, she's lurking.
But that's because the machine's telling her.
And this is the thing I want to know. Like, why is she always trying to get Christina out on a date? Why is she trying to always hook her up? Like, what is the issue with her trying to hook her up? Is it because she wants her to get with Ted? I mean, what is the reason? I get it if they have her keeping an eye on her. Yes. But it's more than that. She's always trying to get her to come out somewhere.
Yeah.
And she's not with anybody. So what the heck's she doing?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's why I keep thinking it's some kind of park, even though it's in the future now.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, she's in a park.
It's not. She's just not a regular citizen out in Dolores's world, right? She's in some kind of experimental thing, like Delos was, right?
Yeah.
Delos was in that room for simulation after simulation.
Good.
That was a great
episode.
That was good. Yeah.
But the question is, okay, so you're Charlotte. You have now control. You have control over every human they're been infected, so you get to control them like they're hosts.
Right.
They're your pets. What purpose do you have in your world then? Once you get control, like, so 23 years later, they've knocked out all the kinks in the system. They're able to control them as kids. The kids have grown up.
Yeah.
what else are you doing? Like, well, how am I going to spend my days if my goal has already been met? You know?
Well,
No,
but,
exactly.
But wouldn't her goal still be, she's still manufacturing hosts, and she still wants them to, once she animates them, to go and live their destiny. You know what I mean?
But is she going to tolerate an unstable host? In other words,
No.
is she
We don't
going to
know,
allow
though.
people to just, because that's,
No.
if you're going to allow people to be free, that's what you're going to allow. You're going to put, you're going to protect those kind of things, people being in the system that you would call
But-
unstable, right?
But
Yeah.
well, but we don't know that, because I mean that bum was able to hear the hum.
It's not perfected yet, obviously.
Right. See, so I mean, he's in Christina's world, and he was able to discern some things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
People ignored him because two things, probably. Number one, they
They don't-
programmed to, and number two,
They
he's a
don't-
bomb on the street.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't believe it.
So I'm so Maeve for me, I'm into this idea of what I'll just call chaos magic. It's something I take from the MCU. It's the idea, that all order is made out of disorder, and it's constantly fighting with reality to keep itself ordered. And when Shaloris creates this
Isn't
perfect
that
world,
a circular argument?
well, no, well, if you want to get too philosophical, it depends on what we. It depends on what we think stability is, right? If stability is given, or in fact it's scale relative, blah blah dynamics. Anyway, my point is, if Shaloris is as Kay was saying, if Shaloris is successful and things don't change, right? You've got everybody homogenized the way you want them to be.
Right.
Are you done?
Yeah,
Is
well,
there
but
something
Yeah, that's
more?
what Sistah Kay was wondering.
But we just now know that, right this episode, that Charlotte won. So now we have to see, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because,
But we
and the
know
only
she
reason we
won't
know,
win.
is
Right.
because Caleb says, you won. And
Right.
she said, yeah. And all she did was flick her little finger and everything stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that they hauled him off, she just flicked her little finger and everybody
Right.
went back like
Yeah.
they was. So
No.
we're
what
going to see.
What were the characters called last year that were like irregular for Rehoboam? I remember and he put his brother.
Oh, yeah.
What were they called?
Outliers,
right? Because I think they mentioned something about
They
when they're in the
did.
desert, the group said we found an outlier, we got to go
We
get
need
her.
those saved.
Yeah.
I think that's what Maeve's going to do, is bring the outliers back, right? Because
Mhm.
Well, that
fight
makes
against.
Well,
That
Fine.
makes sense.
So
Go
I had
ahead.
thought about that.
Okay.
I was going to ask you about that too, because the whatever the guy's name was, I forgot,
Ben, I think.
is arguing with C about, I don't have time to be messing with
Right.
Bernard and them. Let's just kill him because we
Mhm.
have an outlier. We need to go make sure she gets
Right.
safely. Da, 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 da.
Mhm.
Do you feel like the outlier is Dolores, Christine, and
Mm.
that Eddie was sent to go snatch her up? Or
Yeah.
Love it.
he's her way. Maybe
Love it.
Eddie's working with them.
That makes sense.
That
the
would be
outliers, because he said he's a bounty hunter. I don't know.
Yes.
It wasn't until later, and I was thinking,
That's a good
oh,
point. He did say a
I
bounty
wonder
hunter
if
Mhm.
Teddy is part of this group
of the outliers.
of
Yeah.
whatever they call themselves.
Yeah,
He's-
right.
He was brought back by me to
yeah.
hunt down,
The
to
desert
hunt down
people.
outliers.
That just really, really, really makes
Yeah.
perfect
It
sense.
It does.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Nice one.
But,
Wow.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
why he would, I don't know, but why would he go this route to do it?
To get Dolores.
Because it
He,
feels
like-
right to her.
Well,
Yeah.
instead of just saying, hey, there's some stuff you like Morpheus and,
Oh, yeah.
like, I know there's some stuff that you probably feel in the back of your mind is happening, and I'm here to tell you whether it's right or wrong, red or blue pill. Like,
Yeah.
instead of going through like a date and all
Yeah.
of this, why would he? I don't know. So that's why I was like,
No,
oh,
I
maybe
think
I'm-
you're on the exact
right.
track. That is,
I would say, though,
He
that
has
Teddy
received-
would be more cautious because of her, because
where she
of
works and
of
stuff.
Christina's stance within that community. I mean, she
Mm.
thinks she's going
Mm.
crazy
Mm.
Yeah.
with remembering things or seeing things or drawing things. And
Right.
and I think that their conversation at the date showed that he was trying to take her little steps and little steps. But if you think back to it, she did the same thing with Teddy. She didn't just tell him,
Right.
you know what?
Right.
I'm getting be a little sentient now. Now I know what they're trying to do and what they've been doing to us and stuff. She didn't spill all the beans, not to Teddy, not to Clementine, not to
No.
all
Mhm.
all at once.
Took a long time.
I bet
Exactly.
you Teddy is Maeve's man in black. Right.
Could
in other
be.
words, Teddy is Maeve's lieutenant. And
Yeah.
Teddy has gotten
That'd be
parenting
I like
training.
it. I like it.
He's
I
got
do too.
parenting training from Maeve on how to bring these people, because you don't just tell them and push them, right? You got to let them live
Exactly.
and learn through
Yes.
consequences.
Yeah.
And that's why he's a notch above her in terms of awareness.
Oh, absolutely.
He's actually the most sophisticated person in that world that we've met.
Yeah.
Everybody else is a line
Other
of
than
dialogue.
Maeve, yeah.
Exactly.
Right. You're right.
Yeah. So I
Other
think,
than
yeah.
Maeve and Bernard. Okay,
Yeah.
I have a question too, which I think this is really interesting. When Ben told the group, okay, so you can go do this with them, but we taking him, meaning Stubbs. And Stubbs said to
That's collateral.
and Stubbs
That's
said,
funny.
"Oh, does that mean we're gonna die?" And Bernard told him, "No, that's for safety. You need to go for safety." And he says, "Oh, because I'm gonna die." He said, "No, not for your safety."
Yeah.
So Stubbs, I bet he gonna be kicking into kick butt mode then at some point.
Oh, I would
Because
love to see
Bernard
Stubbs
said
kick it.
Stubbs needs to go for their safety.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
That is interesting. I didn't see it
Mhm.
that way.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
that's what he
Bernard was
said,
making
though.
a joke. It's like, no, brother,
No.
I'm safe. They're taking you, so I'm safe. You know,
Exactly.
in other words, if they do something to me, they'll hurt you or something. I thought that's what they're saying, but I like your point better.
No.
that
Bernard
Stubbs
was
is going
serious.
to
He
protect
said,
you.
I
no,
thought it meant
not
that
for
Stubbs might
your
die.
safety. It's for
Yeah.
their safety
Mm.
Right. To help
Right.
them get
To help
the
them.
outlier.
No,
because
Yeah.
they're going to
Yeah.
run into something.
I didn't
Right.
initially experience it as a joke that Stubbs might die. No, brother, I'm
No.
safe.
I
You're
thought
not.
that's
No,
what he
you
meant.
got to listen
Yeah.
to that conversation.
That's
'cause,
what I
yeah,
thought Bernard meant, though. That
No.
Stubbs would die.
I didn't. I thought.
By the way,
ooh.
I quickly have to go back to the comment about chaos magic, because that relates to the idea of the outliers, right? You have to have instability in a system for it to keep moving. Any system that's fixed doesn't exist anymore. So Maeve is there to keep the outliers around, and we'll see. I know that's chaos magic is from MCU, Wanda, and we'll talk about that at another time, I guess. But that was kind of what I was trying to get at. Is Maeve's going to bring? I don't like the word instability. I'll just bring continuing dynamics back to the group in the way
Well,
that
Maeve is
Dolores-
there because she's the only entity that can
Yeah.
deal with Charlotte. The rest of them can't. So
yes.
she's going to be able to control either all them damn flies, that tower thing, or whatever.
Right.
Because she's the weapon.
Well,
they keep
and
saying
she-
that weapon.
like- She was the only host that really kind of got woken up on her own. It wasn't
Remember?
like the reveries were put to her. It was like
Exactly.
I don't know. I can't really put my finger on it because I know that the reveries were happening and a lot of things were happening at the same time. But I feel like
Mhm.
Maeve was less the reveries making it happen than her just becoming aware. And I don't know if that was because something got flipped for her, or maybe it was a
Ford
reverie
said-
that opened up something else that also
Yeah.
triggered her to be open even more. I don't
Ford
know.
was-
Ford
ahead, what'd you
said
say?
he put, excuse me, if you go back, Ford, when he was talking to Maeve, he put some kind of, I don't know what word I would use other than timer, you know what I mean? But he put something in her so that she would be awake.
Yeah.
I think we're going to find out that what it means for Maeve to be special is that she doesn't tolerate stability for long. She doesn't tolerate things being the same for long, and she just keeps things changing. And she's the one who has the tech skills to constantly change the
Make
tech.
sure things
You know,
change.
that's my vibe. I don't know if they've thought about it that through, but it just makes sense. She's always so nuts and bolts oriented, right? She's always just, what's connected to what do I got to do to keep things from being the way you want it?
That's
Right,
true, but
yeah.
she's different than any other
Here. Yeah.
host and any other human in that she doesn't want to control anyone. She
Yeah.
doesn't want power over anyone.
No. But she
Other
doesn't want
hosts
anybody
do.
having control over anybody
Exactly.
else.
Right.
But there are human beings who want
Which
power
that ain't
and
never gonna not
control.
happen.
Yeah.
Right. But there are
Yeah.
human beings in their world who want power and control.
Yeah.
And there are hosts who want power and control.
Well,
She's the person or the entity that actually has power and control, but she doesn't want it that way.
Maybe
She just
Caleb
uses
is the
it.
first human she's met that's not like that.
I would say
You know?
yes, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Doesn't
interesting.
have that
Yeah.
power urge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he
Just-
didn't. He didn't
Yeah.
have that.
Interesting.
Well, he doesn't have the power she does, but
Right.
Mhm.
nonetheless.
But he also did not want power and control over other people.
No.
Where many human beings that she met in Westworld, they did want
I mean,
power
she met
and
the
control
worst of
over
them.
people.
The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
she
know.
did, but
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that would be, to me, that would be a logical reason as to why she felt an affinity for Caleb.
Yeah. She was the first. Well, here's what I kept saying when I podcasted season 3. Why do they keep taking these hosts and putting them in human spaces with the most sociopathic human spaces we have? Why don't they just have them go to the Midwest and go to a diner, meet some people, get on the road, meet
Oh my
somebody at a
gosh.
restaurant, and just meet people that aren't out to take over the world, take over all your money. I mean, everywhere the hosts ended up, they were meeting the worst of
That's
us.
because that's the worst of us is every single where. Midwest.
Everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
Coast,
there's
West
the
Coast.
Mac.
it's the worst of us
It's
in the Midwest.
everywhere.
Yeah. Doesn't matter where you go,
It
you're gonna
doesn't
find
matter
it.
where you
Okay.
go.
Then why
Yeah.
didn't they just have them run away and run into some
Roaming.
nice folk? There were some folk who gave them a place to stay, served them
Nice
lunch,
folk.
some nice
I
people.
think they're trying to say the world is not that nice.
There are nice people in this
There
world.
are
There
There
are nice
are.
people in this
Yes.
world.
There are
Yes.
individuals who are nice in this world,
but that
but you
don't
can't
make
say
interesting
it's a
TV.
nice
That
world.
don't make it interesting. Just because we stop at stoplights and stuff don't make us interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of making fun of our loops all the time. I mean, the thing
Yeah.
is, we can't cooperate if we don't have shared loops, right? We all got to stop at stop signs. We all got to use a certain kind of cash. Otherwise, we can't be together. And so anyway, I'm hoping that one of these seasons, they just have meet some boring people.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe,
I don't
maybe
think so.
Caleb was one of those
No.
boring types,
No,
No,
he wasn't, because when she needed help getting
he
those
helped her.
information nodes, I can't pronounce that name, but
Rehoboam.
yeah.
There you go.
Th-
That's our
them
name.
things.
Ho, ho,
Well,
ho,
I
bum.
like the fact that in the after show they called it information nodes. That makes more sense to me.
Yeah.
But then he was willing to help, and he was willing to listen too to Dolores.
Oh yeah, no, he was, and he
So-
wasn't driven by greed. He was driven by a
No.
desire to be a good person. He'd had a hard life.
Yes. And he was just shocked. He was probably one of the most shocked when he realized that, wait a minute, this wasn't even my history.
Right.
They put this stuff in there, when everybody
maybe-
woke up. So
I think Caleb has like the how TV shows always exalt the shit.
The
Sorry,
everyman?
the peacekeepers, the
Oh,
mhm.
soldiers and first line, what is it called?
Mm.
First responders and
Yeah.
that kind of thing, because they have this urge, this desire to save or to
Right.
help.
True.
And so that scene where, what was the scene when the senator's wife was obviously going
Yes.
crazy,
Mm.
and Maeve was just like, "Psh, just kill her." And he's
Mm.
like, why did you do that? He was like very upset about the fact
Yeah.
that he
Mm.
killed her
Yeah.
because he thought that she could be saved. Like he always is wanting to save someone
Mm.
or help someone.
Mhm.
Kind
Well,
of
he
like
was
the
upset too
superhero
because she was
Yeah.
human.
bribe to save the weaker person from the big monster or whatever.
Yeah.
So maybe that's
Mm.
what it is about him that draws her to him, because he's not selfishly thinking about himself. He's thinking about other people and
Mhm.
trying to save
Mm.
them from whatever.
That's the kind of folk I was saying they need to meet. And look, lo and behold,
There
they've
you
been
go.
meeting him for a
He
season and a
did.
half already. Yeah.
But he got
Love him.
taken over already.
We'll see, because I'm
Maybe
not
we can
going
get
to
him
give
back.
up on this hybrid thing, right?
Yeah.
Remember?
He-
Oh, that would
He's
be-
not a hybrid.
No. Sounds like we got some money to be
But
putting
He
there's
on
got a
this.
pearl.
Yes.
He got a pearl in there, just like Dolores.
Yeah, but just like
and everybody
Bernard
else.
has a pearl, you can obviously tell he does not think of himself as a host.
Mm.
He doesn't feel, I mean, I think he does in the sense of, okay, I'm going to go and do what I can to save the world. But I feel like inside, he is still that man that he thought he was before he was told that he was a host. He still and that's why he's fighting so hard to save the world and humanity.
Yeah.
Because he wants to be that man.
You're shaking your head.
There's still got to be some baseline to that.
I'm just like,
host.
it don't matter what he think he is. The point is, he's a host.
Well, so
but,
go ahead. Go ahead, Kay.
Yes, that's what he is. But if he does not feel that inside, and he's going to try to do whatever he can to save humanity, I don't know how to explain it, but
well,
you know how
Caleb, off of an assumption that all the hosts know that they're hosts.
No, they don't, but he does.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Caleb does. And Caleb's basically doing
what Caleb does now.
So
right,
let's deal with this issue of knowing that you're a host, because what would that even mean? In other words, what is it?
Not human.
Well, I know, but what does it? Does that mean like we know that our thoughts are actually something generated by a brain, and somehow that makes us feel bad? In other words, if like Bernard's like, why am I going to feel bad? I'm doing everything you can do. And that's one of the things it's the same story flipped because they got the same identity issues that we do.
I think Bernard's a little different in that he knows that Ford built him. That's true. And designed him and everything.
Yeah.
But just like Maeve, he was designed differently than just the regular hosts.
Yeah. That's for sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And he knows that.
Yeah.
So, and Ford, if you recall when, I think that was season 1. Anyway, when Bernard was fully aware, Ford gave him the ability to, I don't want to say wipe out his memories, but wipe Ford away so he could act. Remember when he had to go in that, the main part where they dealt with all the people and he was killing up all the dudes.
I'm not sure.
No,
I do.
Remember that. Well,
I can't remember what that scene is, but
no, it's not good.
It's like that acceptance scene, like when he first sees the papers. Remember that was all around of you can see what you want to see or you can't see what you can't see or whatever.
Yeah.
And he saw the drawings and everything. He's like, I don't see anything.
Exactly.
Which is what the phrase that the father said to Dolores when she was showing him that picture. I don't see anything here. And they kind of mentioned that same thing in this episode.
Right.
Like, I don't see anything, anyway. But it's the level of acceptance of the fact of who he learns he is based on versus who he believes he is. I don't know. I feel like Caleb's got that same Bernard non-acceptance thing happening here. Bernard didn't run out of the room though. Crying. But
well, I don't understand why they had to put a bag on his head and drag him away.
That's the question too.
Why?
I wondered about that too. Why did they bag him up?
Because he's a hybrid, guys.
You are sticking to it.
Well,
just
till we see, till I'm proven wrong. The thing is, okay, because I love this conversation because for me, we started off this 4th season talking about what's the difference between being a host and a human anymore, right? You got host culture, you got human culture. They're both crap, right? They're both hierarchies. They're both killing each other, right? If that's what they're trying to say. So then the thing must be, if Maeve is so special, we would probably say Bernard is the closest to Maeve. So what's the difference between Maeve and Bernard? And I think if we know that, we will learn a little something about maybe what's special about Maeve. What's the big difference?
That's what, but that's what Ford built them as. That's what Ford explained to Maeve why she is different. That's why Maeve can do things technologically that Bernard cannot do. Bernard needs that little pad thing, that little iPad looking thing. And he can, manipulate stuff.
So Bernard,
but she doesn't need the little pad thing. She can just
Right.
do it.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The thing is, they both know they were built. They
Yes.
both know they were designed. They both know they're hosts, and she has never cared, ever.
Exactly.
Ever cared. And so for me, it's what makes her special is something about that not caring. And I'm not sure how to put it in words yet.
Mm.
It could come from the tech power, right? In other words, being that powerful might make you know that you can't be played, right? You might know that the world can never take control of you. And that's what makes her different. I don't know. I just, because
I think Ford built that
I
in,
find it
though.
interesting though that Maeve that we know wasn't built after anyone. Bernard was. He was built in
this
Arnold's
is true.
image.
This is true.
And to be
That's true.
Arnold,
Right.
basically. But
That's a good
he's
point.
got a
That's
whole
a good
other
point.
name. He's not named Arnold.
You
So-
know, yeah.
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 Here's
he
what
named
I'm
it
thinking,
Bernard,
man.
so
Yeah.
When Ford
that's a
made
good
Maeve-
point.
Yeah.
I
when-
forgot about that because
yeah.
Arnold was that one scientist guy.
Well, they were
Exactly.
partners. They built
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah, yeah,
together.
Together.
Uh,
Yeah.
And so what caused
forgot.
him to build Bernard after Arnold, but we don't know, or we haven't ever heard
yeah.
that Maeve or any of the other ones were built in the image of anyone that
Right.
he knew.
No, I don't think she was. To be honest, I'm starting to think that he really did. He built Maeve, of course, and called her special. At the same time, her specialness doesn't come clear unless you've got Bernard and Dolores running around. Right. So in other words,
Right.
I'm thinking what Ford did was build her to make sure that these two extremes, everybody
Ooh.
get along versus everybody get taken over. That neither one of them gets to take over the world, right?
No
People need to
Skynet.
die. People need to go out and do that stuff. And those two will do it and fight. And Maeve is
Yeah.
just there to keep it crazy. So,
Maybe Ford built her
control,
as a
or to keep
fail
the
safe.
control.
yeah, I like
Right,
the
like-
concept of fail-safe. Right.
Maybe
So-
that is his. Maybe that's why he built her. So at some point, and I don't know, I can't remember what he said to her, but at some point it's like a timer where she became more sentient and more aware. But if you think about it, even though she was aware, she still had to evolve at her own pace. It wasn't just all of a sudden, boom, here's all the information. You know what I
Right.
mean? Because she once she became aware, she kept making them kill her in the saloon so
Yes.
she could go
Oh.
back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And each time she would get more and more aware and more power, but more aware of what she could do.
And then she's never
So-
going to stop. That's the thing. I mean, that when the beauty of that montage is sitting there saying, yeah, I experienced the love of a daughter and I just kind of stewed in that for a while
Mhm.
and I was going to spend eternity there. But then I thought about you and blah, blah, blah. I tell you what, I guarantee you the concept Maeve is a fail-safe doesn't come out this season, but they're going to watch this podcast. And next season,
There you go.
we're going to see the
Good
return
idea.
of Ford.
Yes.
And Maeve is the sail
I hope so.
And what
Yeah,
Maeve is,
to
Maeve's
make
never
sure
going to let
that-
the world take her over.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah,
the
I just like to
balance.
make sure
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
one side doesn't take over the other side.
Yes.
Yep.
Humans don't get too rowdy and the hosts don't get too rowdy.
Exactly. No, I love it. I just love it. That's actually there's actually a parallel to that in Hinduism, right? With the Shiva's the creator and the destroyer, and then you have two other gods that make a triad. One is creation and one is sustainment or something like that. So maybe this circle we're looking at has something to do with Hinduism. I don't know. Anyway, it didn't go on forever. It's just a fantastic show. And she's the
is.
perfect person to act this role. She's
Oh
amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
she is really good at this.
So were you satisfied with the Dolores Maeve conversation? Was there really one that was had, or
They really didn't, to me, have a conversation. It's
Yeah.
just that, to me, it was like Charlotte. Charlotte acknowledges, whether she verbally says it to Maeve or not, she acknowledges that Maeve is different
right?
than all of them, and even she can't control Maeve.
I love
However,
it. Yeah.
But on the other hand, I think it offends Charlotte that Maeve does not recognize that Charlotte has all this "I'm the boss" stuff,
Sounds like a typical boss to me.
Well, because Maeve, but Maeve don't care. She's
Not at all.
Come on, she
No.
snatches her up and
Yeah.
everything.
Because you can't take me over. You can't.
Yeah.
And
So,
I don't have
and
to
I
worry
think
about
that
you.
really does tick Charlotte off.
Yeah. I kind of, because she can't, I have this saying, you can't teach a dog why it can't do calculus. Right.
God.
And a higher level host can't explain
did
to
you
a
come
lower
up
level host. I'm just saying.
You
I've
can't
never heard
you
that
can't-
expression before.
Why I
Yeah,
can't do
you can't even
calculus.
teach me calculus.
No.
Yeah.
I can't. What I'm saying is some people, you can't teach them why they don't understand something.
Right.
And Shaloris she knows that Maeve's different, but she'll never understand, I think, that Maeve was there to generate continuous instability. And that's just not who Shaloris is, man. She's there to generate her perfect world. And I love it. We'll see.
With humans as pets.
We humans as pets, little change you can buy at a store,
Changes it.
leashes and stuff.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
you're human.
Oh my goodness. Any final comments on this amazing episode?
It was great. It was good.
It was really, really
It was
good.
really good.
Let me write that down. Okay, so we do have a bit of viewer mail.
Yay!
Yay. Let me
Yay,
get
it's
there.
coming in.
There you go. Oh, give me just a second. I got to get to
Sure.
it. I thought I had it. Da-da-da-da-da, By the way, I'm looking forward to you guys reading my P-Valley
I
feedback.
am too.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
All right. No. Oh, did I read it already? Yeah, I did. All right. So we have viewer mail from Goody once again. Thank you for writing in, Goody.
Hey,
Hello.
goody.
Goody.
And she says, enjoying the show. Here are my thoughts on episode 4. Sincerely, Goody. Charlotte calling the park a super spreader event was peak 2022 writing. Damn.
Yes.
On the nose, man. I mean, that was on the nose. So glad we got more Tessa Thompson smirking. We got a lot of smirking.
Yeah.
Yes, she
No.
did.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you, I hope they give her a bit more nuance. I hope they give her a bit more, growing beyond the Darth Vader vibe.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the kind of host that she is now. I don't know. But so Bernard the Benevolent is mesmerizing. We don't know Jeffrey Wright is a good actor, but hot diggity, he's captivating this scene.
Yes.
He really is. His just way he carries himself, man. It's just, he's always the
Yes.
coolest, calmest dude in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last episode, I thought the score was so good, but this one, there was just a lot of tenso techno. Tense techno. Is that what it was called in the subtitles?
I didn't even notice
I
the
didn't
music
notice.
this episode.
Me neither.
Yeah.
No,
I was so
I noticed the
I know, me
music
too.
during the montage. No. I noticed the music when
Yeah.
Christina was walking in the bar.
Yes.
It was very calm, and I have to admit,
Oh.
maybe I'm just old, but I like this calm. I like the calm vibe, and I did notice the
I'll
music
go
there.
back and watch that.
Exactly. So I was just getting so tired of Christina Dolores's lame ass scene, but yay, Teddy stepped in and saved the restaurant scene.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think so. They have great chemistry. What do you guys think? They have great chemistry?
I think.
Yes.
I
so.
think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were making Dolores like semi boring up until this point
Yeah.
on
Right.
purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's acting it well.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is not a her that we've seen,
No.
So no. I think the actress, Evan Rachel Wood is going through it right now. Anybody know what that means? Marilyn Manson? Do you know anything going on with
Oh, she was
Evan Rachel
dating.
Wood?
I think she was dating him.
Oh,
Or
what?
I'm not sure.
They don't even
Wow.
match.
Look, y'all. We don't know
I'm
their life.
sorry.
We do not know their life.
Sister Aye
Don't-
stepped out.
Don't judge.
Yeah, don't you? Okay,
She
I'm
likes to
sorry.
slide out.
I do like to slide out.
Oh, there you go.
We don't
My-
know their life,
We're
but
just
I
surprised.
do
We're just
remember that they
surprised.
were dating. So
It's
maybe
just
they broke up
surprising.
Yeah.
recently
Man.
or something. I don't know.
Love is a
I-
powerful drug. Love is like flies in your head, man.
Through the-
I'm serious. You get that love bug, you just do stuff you never
people
thought you
connect
would
on
do.
all different reasons. and
Exactly.
It doesn't
Exactly.
always have to be on the
Rose-colored
outside.
glasses.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sistah Aye.
That's so rude.
Oh, what is it? Inside jokes here?
No, they're trying to say because he's ugly.
Oh,
He's more
Okay.
scary than ugly, I would say.
Well, but
ah,
to you, but I mean,
To me,
you
yes.
don't know. Maybe they
But
met
love
when he
gives
was
you rose-colored
not
glasses.
made up, and
That's
we can,
what the-
you know.
I
love.
understood
Oh,
you,
yeah.
Sister A.
Thank
I
you.
understood
Yeah.
you. We
Thank
right there. We right there.
Yeah, no, love will rough it all out, man. It's
It's all
Goody Roop,
good.
you're gonna have to tell us what you mean by that comment.
Yeah.
okay,
Because
exactly.
we don't know the
Love who you love.
news. Yeah.
Mm.
And you know what? That it's love because you can't help yourself,
Okay.
right? It's 'cause you can't help yourself. Exactly.
Right.
So my favorite scene was Maeve's musings on mortality, human mortality, and Kayla's mortality specifically. I thought that was fantastic. But can y'all tell me why Maeve is so devoted to Caleb? Now, see, we've been talking about
We've
this
been
today,
Yes,
Talk
right?
we
about
have
that.
been.
And I think Scott, you were correct in that was her. I mean, she said it. That was her first foray into really understanding what mortality was for humans.
Yeah, exactly. And then maybe he was the first nice human she
and the
ever met.
character that he
Yes,
is.
the
Yeah.
first
Oh.
nice one.
The
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
that he was.
Mhm.
She says that's all for now. So thank you so much for writing in, Goody. We appreciate it.
Thanks,
And,
Goody.
Thanks, Goody Roop.
Goody.
okay. Well, that about wraps it up for tonight's episode. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Sistah Kay, why don't you tell everyone where they can find all of you?
Yeah,
You can
thank you.
find all three of us plus our other sister at Sistah Speak Productions.com, and we are everywhere that podcasts can be found.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. You can find me on YouTube at Dark Loops Productions. If you'd like to write in, do so at darkloopsproductions@gmail.com, and we'll be sure to read your email at the end of our list podcast. So there it is. From all of us to all of you, big hugs. And remember, in this,
In this
world,
world,
you can
You can
be
be
whatever
the
the
F
F
you
you
want.
want. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.